Hey, I'm back. One annoyingly overused pun later. I titled the last video, Somebody Peed in the Pool, because we just got to the water levels. That's not original at all. I get a chuckle out of it. It's not original in the slightest. The game even uses it. Also, really weird, like, screen ripping. It does that in full screen, too. It does it even in full screen, so that's not just an issue of my being windowed. Anyway, football, newspaper. Yeah, we got the squash, so now the game's like, well, okay, let's give them some tougher things to fight. Oh yeah. So yeah, even though during the nighttime you get seven seed sockets, you technically only get 6 for 3 dash and 5 dash, because 5 also has a gimmick right here, I believe. Nope. This and this. We'll go with this, this, and this. Because I gotta showcase the new plant. The new plant is kind of interesting. Because it is an explosive type plant. The game, I say explosive type plant, it doesn't explode. It like, just look at its name. You can figure out what its gimmick is, or what he does. Like, it doesn't take a mathematician or a genius or Einstein to figure out what the squash does. But the squash is interesting. I'll show them off in a minute, or a second rather. Yeah, with the potato mines, you can defeat 2, possibly 3 zombies. I believe in this game, after the 3rd zombie on every round, after you first unlock them, the buckethead, or not buckethead, a cone head will always show up. So I believe the next one will be a cone head. Unless I am horribly mistaken. Nope. Well, I mean, I am mistaken, but... Okay. Well... I'll put him here. So the squash functions kinda similarly to the potato mine, where you can place them down in advance. But unlike the, of course, but unlike the potato mine, it does not take an arming time. It does cost double, though. But he is a proximity explosive type. Wow. Oh, great. I gotta show those off. I'll do it next time. And the lily pads are weird, because every plant functions the same on a lily pad, except for the potato mine. The potato mine cannot function on a lily pad. Oh, excuse me. Like, even the squash functions. However, you just don't get the satisfying thud that they make. Last time was a weird part because last time was literally just me reminiscing about YouTubers. Well, not even reminiscing about YouTubers, mentioning that this was what I wanted to do for a bit. When I was younger, I made a comment about how a lot of the ones I used to watch have retired or become deceased. And intermittent with that, I was going on about how the maker of music in this game did a great job. Also, you can't, like, I can't really showcase it. It happens more often than, but on par with the amount of times multi-kills do at the potato mine. You can destroy multiple zombies with it, with the squash. However, the squash does have an interesting gimmick to him, or an interesting mechanic. I gotta stop saying gimmick. I'm too used to modern video games, where mechanics and gimmicks are interchanged. Gimmicks are considered mechanics. Oh, did he miss? Did I not do it? Huh. Interesting. I thought he'd destroy things behind him. I know he does, but that's weird. Oh yeah. And there is an auditory cue for when the squash shows up, or squash crushes something. There you go. Just to showcase. Uh-oh. I moved the window. I hope that doesn't negatively affect the recording. Also, the zombies that appear here can be cone heads, they can be bucket heads. They can be any type of zombie. Well, not any type of zombie. Because the tubing zombies can be cone heads, bucket heads, and normals. $325. Most expensive plant by far. Out of any plant in this game. Well, at base plant. Oh, you're spooky looking. And this game is nice in the sense where once you get a new zombie, which is once you get a new type of zombie which requires a special strategy to work with, it does take it easy on the other types. Like, you just get the bog standards with him. It lets you... It doesn't just chuck him in the middle of chaos. Like, it does let you have a minute or two to prepare and learn how the new one works, which I think is really nice. Nice little learning curve. Also, just because I like how they look. There you go. You know what? There you go. Absolutely no point to it, but... Also, I believe I ended 2 parts ago with these cheats on. And they weren't on until just now. Yeah, the cheats go away. There's a couple other ones that you're not supposed to know of until... Actually, you're not supposed to know of any of them until later. But half of them are locked behind that later thing, and half of them are not. Like, if you type in mustache, you get the mustaches. Type in future, you get the glasses. And you type tricked out, you get the lawnmowers. Yet if you type in dance, you get this, which is the thing you don't even get until you've beaten the game. Also the 3-peater. It costs a little bit more than 3P shooters, but shoots 3 shots across 3 lanes. Or shoots 1 shot across 3 lanes. Oh, I should probably start doing this, huh? Also, it shoots on all 3 no matter what. So it does just shoot off into the distance. But yeah, all the lanes are covered now. Put a pea shooter there, because you'll see why in a second. Because OCD dictates it. I should probably start preparing for when Mr. Gimmick shows up. Because this game is nice with the gimmick zombies. Or mechanic zombies, whatever. With the zombies that have special ways to deal with them. Where it almost always will never show them up or put them in until after the flag. And they'll usually always be on their own. Provided you can kill the other ones quick enough, they will be sent with other ones, but... I just think this is a good game. Also, I was mistaken in, I think, part 1. I said this game came out 2001, or 2010 rather. No, it came out 2009. I got 1 year off. Which I know, the slightest mistakes. Also, there he is. He skips your plants. He doesn't skip your plants, but he can't get shot while he's underwater. However, he does surface to bite. And he's his own zombie type. He's not an archetype. He's not a subtype, so he's not like the tubing zombies who can exist in other variants. Also, the reason I do these pea shooters here is because this lane up here has 1, 2, 3, 4 shots. 1, 2, 3, 4. This lane has 1, 2, 3, 4. Same here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put a three-peater up here. This lane would have 1, 2, 3, 4. However, this lane would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm not putting just a walnut there. So I do it to offset my OCD. Also, yeah, they only have, I don't know what health they have. I think it's only slightly higher than a regular zombie. I think they take like 15 instead of regular. Oh, jeez, excuse me. 10. Anyway, we're at 16 minutes. The present we got unlocked minigames. Go into minigames, and do I have to do it? Yeah, they're just mini games. You don't get all of them until you beat the game. But this game is kind of half and half, where I'll just spoil it right out the gate. These 3 modes you unlock. Well, you unlock this one and these 2 later. I think you get this when you beat the game. You get this on 4 dash whatever. This is where half of the game's bulk is these 3 modes. Because there's what, 20 minigames? There's technically 18 puzzles. And then there's 20 survivals. So there's more minigame content than there is actual adventure levels. But I don't know. I think I'll hold off on doing these until I've beaten the game, because, well, they are good sources of money. I don't want to just dedicate a full video in the middle of the series to nothing but minigames. I'll do that later, because some of the minigames get pretty bad. Like, this one's bad, this one's bad, this one's bad. I think this one is kind of not so, but then some of them are fun. Also, Zombotany is a reference to Plants vs. Zombies. I don't want to call it its beta name, but it was one of the names that was proposed before Plants vs. Zombies. Just like you can't really see it, but the company that makes the seeds for each of the plant is called Bloom and Doom. That was also one of the proposed names. But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed.